Everything you will need for options 1 and 2 of the basket push-pull include a basket or laundry bin, some tape, rope, and then books, clothes, or something similar you can find in your house to add to the basket. To modify these exercises to make more difficult or easy, you can use the books, clothes, or other items you find in your house to add or remove weight to the basket. The more weight you add, the more difficult the exercises will be. Now that there's an appropriate amount of weight in your basket, find an empty space where you can set up 2 points on the ground using your tape. The first piece of tape you place on the ground will be your start point. Then, after a short distance, place another piece of tape that will be your end point. Keep in mind, the further apart that you separate these 2 pieces of tape, the more difficult the exercise will be. To further modify the exercises, you can use other surfaces like carpet or grass to push the basket on. Now that the space is properly set up, we're going to start by grabbing onto the basket with both hands. Then, we're going to push the basket to the end point. Now, we're going to pull the basket back to the start point. We're going to do this 2 more times. Push to the end point, pull to the start point. Last set. Push to the end point, pull to the start point. Good job. We're all done with option 1. For option number 2 of the basket push-pull, we're going to be using the same setup as option 1, having a start point and an end point. However, this time, we're going to be using the rope to pull the basket. With your rope, find a spot on the basket that you can tie a knot, either through a hole of the basket or through the handles. Don't forget to make sure the knot is tight. Once your space is properly set up, we're going to start by grabbing onto the rope with both hands and then pulling the basket to the end point. Then, we're going to grab onto the basket with both hands and push it to the start point. We're going to do this 2 more times. Now pull on the rope to the end point, then push on the basket to the start point. And we're going to do that 1 more time. Now pull on the rope to the end point, then push on the basket to the start point. Great work. Now we're all done with option 2. Option number 3 of the push-pull exercises involves helping out around the house with some chores. For this exercise, you will need any sort of bins that you have in your house, like recycling, garbage, or compost. Then, bring out any bags of garbage, recycling, or compost, put it into the appropriate bin. Once the bins are filled, you can either push or pull those bins to the curb, and that will be the end point of the exercise. You can repeat this for as many bins as you have. That's all for the push-pull exercises. Thanks for your time and stay active.